All right, here we go. I can't take this any longer. It's freaking allergy crazy out here. I was blowing dust, so I'm not even putting my contacts in, so you're gonna get weird looking, big-eyed Matty today. So, Saber cabinet install. I've had crap on the floor and nowhere to put anything in the garage for weeks now. Shoot, it's been coming up on 2 months. See, we moved in February 5th, March 5th, April 5th. Yeah, over 2 months. So we're gonna start installing the cabinets. Can't wait any longer. But there's been a lot of infrastructure updates to this place to get it to this point, so make sure you go check out those videos. We relocated the air handler, we took the water heater out and redid all the plumbing. Electrical has gone, there's a crazy amount of electrical in here. I'll be sure to do a tour of all that stuff coming up, but we'll have a whole playlist of this whole series. But less produced, more me and you in the garage. A bunch of the guys, Kyle and Jeff and Tommy. I don't know if Bryce is coming over, but anyway, they want to come over and see the Saber stuff. Most of them have never really seen it from an install perspective, and so they're excited to come check it out. So they'll be over later today. But I'm going to start mounting cabinets and just at least getting the lowers set up, and then I'm going to be doing a backsplash, and we still have a few more pieces of drywall to hang or fix, and some drywall repair and some texture to add. But I'm going to get the lowers in place. That way we know what needs to be textured, and then, because these cabinets are going to stay with this house, I'm sure. And so the idea here is to get them on the wall, and then I'll mask them up, and then we're going to have this place painted soon, once the cabinets are done. I made the mistake of doing it before where I painted first and then I got to paint again. So I'm going to put the cabinets in, figure out my backsplash, and anyway, work through this process. So what I have here today to work with, I'm telling you, these are coming to the store soon here. This is the Dynaudio Music 3. We're going to have some really awesome audio solutions for you, which I'm going to be videoing and talking about here coming up. But anyway, this house, this is part of the obsessiveness of my life. Is I think I've gained like 15 pounds since we moved in here, just being irresponsible, eating terribly. So I'm getting the cabinets in, and next week there's no ifs, ands, or buts, getting to the gym, starting to eat properly and all that stuff. So anyway, what I have are furring strips. So this is block, furring strip, and I don't think you can really see it. I'll show you over there. Block, furring strip, and drywall, cinder block. And so I think the proper size would be 2 1/4. So if you figure we've got 1/2 inch drywall, 1/2 inch furring strip, so there's 1 inch. And then depending on where you hit the block, I do also have 1 3/4 inches. So these cabinets, they're right here. So the cabinets are pretty darn stout. Pretty heavy, especially when they're loaded up with tools and stuff. But I have some 1 3/4 inch size. So I have a bunch of these in case that's the way to go. And then I have 5/16. So I'm gonna do most of the lowers with the 5/16 by 2 1/4. We'll see how these grab into the block. So that's this style, 5/16 version. And then I also have some 1/4 inch 2 1/4 as well. But I have fender washers. And so I feel like the fender washers distribute the weight better. And so this is the way to go with these. I mean, you can mount these cabinets to wooden studs. What I would suggest, I did this in my wash bay, what I would suggest is that if you're gonna build a place and it's going to be wood, you'd put stringers in and I'll reference the heights here as we kind of work through. But the perfect height on these is paint can height, which is 7 3/4. So I'm going 7 3/4 off the ground, which will give me a countertop height of roughly 41 inches, I believe. Anyway, I'll get you all these dimensions as we start to mount the stuff. So we have that. Tools. I'm going to be using largely, my SDS drill. So this is my SDS Plus M12 version. And then I went and got some, I have these at the garage, but we'll have these in the store soon. So we have SDS Plus bits, so 3/4 or 3/16 for the 1/4 inch, and 1/4 inch for the 5/16 anchors. And these are 6-inch, which will be plenty deep enough for these. And the other tools I'll probably be using will be the Milwaukee. This is the hammer drill in case I need that, which I shouldn't if you have the SDS. And then I'll be using my surge tools to drive them in. So Milwaukee Surge M18, Milwaukee Surge M12. So these will be most of the tools we'll be using, obviously a level as well. So I've already got this one set up, and I'm gonna start moving along here. So paint can gives you 7 3/4. And then if you're gonna do this, if you're gonna do the paint can method, make sure you put it on the edge, because there is a little droop to the 18 gauge cabinets in the middle. So you want the cabinets to sit on the edge. That'll make it level, or the paint cans. And so that's gonna give me 39 1/4. And let's say we do an 1.5 inch top. So that'll be, 40 3/4. So we'll have a really nice counter height. I was gonna go, the other thing you could do is you could make a base, especially if you're gonna do a lot of cabinets like I am. You could make a base setup. You could like take rip a 2x10 to whatever height you wanted it to be. You could rip it down 8 inches or 7 3/4, something like that. But I wouldn't waste time if you have some paint cans. This'll solve the problem. And so then if you're gonna do a stringer at this height, you'd want 7 3/4. So you'd want your stringer to be 5 inches. So you want your stringer to be, on center of the stringer would be about 12 inches high. And then do 2x12, so you'd have 6 inches up and down. And then you'd want the other stringer to be at, so 26.5 plus 7 3/4. So what is that, 34. So you'd want it to be on center at 35 inches. So say 12 inches and 35 inches. And then that way you have a nailer or something to put lags into. And so I'm gonna do 8 on each cabinet. 1, 2, so try to get 2 in the middle. So 2 and 2. So I'm gonna do 8 5/16. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm probably gonna do the 5/16 in the middle, because that'll hold most of the weight. And then I'll do 1/4 inch on the outside. And that should do the trick. Oh my gosh, my legs are so sore. We're gonna use our fancy, this was my tester Viper chair. This is the first one I bought. Viper chair. I know people are talking about pneumatic. The problem with pneumatic is it's not as stout. It takes 2 seconds to set your height up, whatever you need, which I don't have a problem with. Okay, so like I said, let's do our 5/16 in the middle. I've got this centered right on the middle of the room, middle of the back wall, not the middle of the room, but the middle of the back wall. I got the cabinet centered. I've got it nice and level. So let's do our So this is a SDS concrete drill, if you will. Let's do one at a time here. And then let's take a 5/16 fender washer, 5/16, and I've got a 1/4 inch. So, I'm sorry, a 3/8 inch, whatever these things, nut driver on my Milwaukee Surge. Now with tap cons, not so much the big ones like this, but with tap cons, you need to be concerned. Shoot, I probably put that too far, too close to the middle. Let me see. Yep, shoot. So this SDS will save you a lot of time if you want to get one of those if you're doing a project like this. So you figure, I'm spending $7,000-8,000 on cabinets. Spend some money on tools if you don't have the right tool. Make sure this is centered up. This is the most important cabinet because everything else is going to center off of this. So the SDS is so much quieter and quicker. And then with Tapcons, I find that you've got to be, because they'll, especially if you use the right size bit, I find that the reason why the surge is better, I have a little more control. But normally, a lot of times Tapcons, I'll just do them drive in by hand. Because if you go too aggressive, it'll just spin in the concrete and you'll lose your bite. This is gonna be freaking awesome. So let's do our other two right on the edge here. And you don't want to hollow out when you're doing Tapcons. You want to go straight in, straight out. And it'll get you some better angles as we go out throughout the day. You could just do 5/16 across the board, but I bought every one that Home Depot had. So that's why I'm going to add some 1/4 inchers. Tapcons, man. Sometimes they just don't work. And I'm putting a bunch of extra holes in. What the heck's going on here? Not grabbing. Dude. The heck? I think the 1/4 inch are gonna do better. There we go. Gotta make sure I go in straight. In order to keep the cabinet from bowing, I find that you do 2 next to the back center brace here, and then do 2 upper and lower corners, and you're in good shape. So let's switch our bit. 1/4 inch. So I'm gonna switch it to a 3/16 bit. Let's do these shorters. These might grab a little better. And doing 1/4 inch fender washers on these. Just prepare yourself. You're gonna do cabinets like this in block. You're gonna spend probably $250 or so in hardware to mount them. Don't use the stuff that comes in the box. That's junk. Let's see if these grab even better. I might just do them all. And if you're doing 8 Tapcons, that's a lot of weight distribution capability. I'm gonna do it right here. Again, you wanna have lots of control. Otherwise you'll be spinning. See, even that just didn't grab at all. Let me see how the 5/16 grabs on a 3/16 concrete bit. And I might put these in by hand. Too tight. Let's do our probably gonna break the head off. I like that a lot better. Let's do that again. I just don't have enough of these. Hate that. They're so problematic, man. I'm gonna put these in by hand. Freaking hate tap cons. So I think that's the ticket. It's gentle with the little guy. Wonder if I have a smaller bit. I don't think I do. We can try a 5/32 bit. Let's try that. Yeah, so usually on these, I think that is what I normally do, is go smaller. Still. Rolling right through. No good. Part of it is concrete's an inch in there. Five 16ths with a 3/16 bit is the ticket. And I have it on setting 2 on my surge tool. That way I have lots of control. That'll do it, folks. That'll hold that sucker in place. Not going anywhere. And we're shooting right down the middle. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna vacuum this out and put my drawers in. I'll put our 3 lower drawers in. Because you bolt these, actually no, yeah, no drawers in, because I'm gonna you bolt these through here. Let's see what we got. 4 on the top, 4 on the bottom. Good to go. Let's do our second cabinet. Let's hope that our paint cans come out. Too bad. So now this is a 4 drawer. We're gonna flank our 4 drawer with 6 drawers. So the paint can method is way easier than the method of doing a pallet. Because then the pallet's hard to get out. Ask me how I know. Nice. I don't know, floating cabinets to me just look so much better. So they come pre-assembled, welded. You just have to take out all the drawers. When you get to lift it up, like so. And just hoist that sucker in place. It's not a one-man job, but I'm such a loner. I like to do this stuff by myself if I can. Yeah. Paint can method is the way to go. Nice and level. Nice. So this one took some sort of hit. So this is part of the deal here, people, that you cabinet shipped, you know, you might have a ding or something you might have to repair. I'd rather not deal with it, meaning I'd rather not worry about it. I would rather fix it myself. It's like everybody was like, you should take your stuff back to the dealer, you know, if you're buy a car and there's a imperfection. I don't do that. I don't want them freaking messing with it. I'll fix it myself. So I'm putting the top bolts in here. Gosh, I didn't have a C200 back in the day. So I'm shooting this on so I can see and make sure I'm in frame. So they come with a little package of bolts, and there's a through hole or a hole on each side of each cabinet. And so what I'm going to do here is put the top and bottom in, tighten it down here. Tighten it down, and that way it'll pull the front and back nice and tight before I start sinking anchors into the back. And so there's 4 holes, 2 in the top, 2 on the bottom. Now, the reason why I didn't care to finish the drywall behind here is because, I mean, these cabinets are going to be here for the life of this garage, likely. I don't know what I'm going to do with this house. I think, if OG keeps rolling and we stay close to here, it could become like the executive rental house, if you will. It could become the Obsessed Garage Design House, a design studio. A lot of room to get this on properly. I might close the garage doors and turn the AC on. Should have gone and figured out what size these are beforehand. It's a 10 millimeter. See how nicely that pulls everything together. Pulls it all nice and flush. It's not the easiest things in the world to get started. Okay, there we go. Those are on. Now I can put this in. Already drilled 1 hole. You guys are still with me? 20 minutes later. See, if you just go ham on it, the threads will tear through the block. That's why I'm using an undersized bit, because it'll roll right through it and just spin. If I was doing block where the tap con was going straight in, I think it'd be fine, but it's just not the cards for me. Because we have that inch that we're working with here, the inch of drywall and furring strip. So let's do you'll see how much better the SDS is. Let's try one of the So let's try that Tapcon bit. Use the longer 1/4 inch. Let's try this. It's gonna be a lot darker in here if I close the door, but also be a lot sweatier, or less sweaty. There we go. That's what we needed to do. Trying to find the formula that works. I think the other issue was the others were too short. Definitely. Yep. That's what it was. It's on there nicely. I'll just knock this out. We'll get that done. Okay, so I've got some cabinets in. Tommy's here to help me now. So I've got, let's see, 5 of the 9. Well, I got to do the one on the left here. But the thing I'm finding out is that the floor is sloping down to the left. And so you can see the screwdriver shim that I'm putting in here. It'd be good to have some shims so that you can get these all lined up. So again, you saw me, the smart thing to do is to put the connector screws in between and then mount the stuff on the back. I'm still fighting, Tapcons and cinder blocks. You can see my Tapcon symmetry is a little wonky because you have to drill, sometimes you have to drill several holes in order to get it to fit. But yeah, I'm finding that downsizing my bit is working best. It's always fun to watch the drab, dreary, it's raining outside, so I close the doors. You have all these drab videos, and then when the lights go in and all that stuff in the future, it makes it so much nicer.
So you found that the drill that you used the first time was too big for the...
Yeah, because we're going through drywall, we're going through an inch of drywall and furring strip. And so, on a 1/4 inch fitting, you should use or a 5/16 fitting, you should use a 1/4 inch bit. Well, I'm using a 3/16 bit.
So just a little bit smaller.
Yeah, and then on a 1/4 inch fitting or screw, I'm using a 5/16 bit. But even then, sometimes it doesn't grab. Yeah. Okay. So I'm using that bit for that size. And then we're using fender washers on each one.
So are these screws something you have to get yourself outside of the cabinet?
Yeah. So I need the bigger ones for this. So what I'm doing is I'm doing the fat ones, the 5/16 I'm doing in the center, which are carrying most of the weight. And then I'm doing the smaller 1/4 inch on the outsides. But sometimes these won't grab, and so sometimes I'm having to supplement a 1/4 inch on a 5/16. That's a good one.
So will this suck more as, do you want to tighten these together first?
Oh yeah, we didn't tighten those yet, did we? All right,
so
let's do that. Yep, forgot about that. Well, the last 4 or 5 I've done haven't worked out very well. Trying to stay out of the way of the camera, but then the legs are going to sleep. See how awesome the SDS drill is.
Yeah. Go through like butter.
Yeah.
That's an M12.
It doesn't make a lot of noise like the regular hammer. Okay. So these two, just shove them in, pull them out, shove them in. Nice and easy. All right, let's unbox this one. So this is another 6 drawer. So the concept here is to do 4 drawer in the middle, 6 drawers flanking it, and then 4 drawers on the outside. So the reason I bought these cabinets for this house is because I just haven't done these in a while. I don't plan on being in this house forever. And so they're probably gonna stay with the house. You'll find that if you do cabinets, if you're gonna list your house for sale and you wanna keep the cabinets, you should probably take them out before you list it, because there's no way that anyone's gonna let you take these cabinets out of the garage once they see them. And so the Saber stuff is really awesome for what it costs. It's gone up a lot in price, largely because of Chinese tariffs. But it's still, I think, the best cabinet per dollar on the market. This looks so good. I'm so pumped. They look kind of brownish in this crappy light, but just wait. Just wait. Having a 24-foot countertops can be insane. So that's, 5 of them is appropriate, but 9 of them is awesome. So you take the drawers out. So you do push up on the right side, push down on the left side, and wiggle it out. I like the paint can system.
Yeah, it's good.
I'm telling you, I've done pallets before, and I can't get the pallet out. Now, when I get the roll-up door, I'll be able to put the stairs down with or without the door open. Right now, I've got to do it with the door closed. But I need to get up here to get an extension cord. I think I have some up here. And we send it back up. Is that cool or what? All right, so we're gonna keep working through this boring stuff here. Show you what the cabinets look like as we work through it. And not like the coolest thing you've ever seen in your life. I'm sure someone will complain, it's too slow. Keep these. So again, the first step is to set your height. So we're using paint cans, and it would probably be smart if when you go to Home Depot to buy your Tapcons, just get a couple of packages of cabinet shims. That way you can shim it up in case your floor slopes aggressively from back to front or from side to side. Mine is sloping a little bit from left to right. And so then the first step is get it set up on your paint cans, get the tops of the left-hand side here, so this upper left, get that lined up. And then as you torque down the inner cabinet 4 bolts that connect, so it's a 1 inch, I think, 10 millimeter bolt with a 10 millimeter nut. And then once you torque those down, it'll pull the cabinet level, allowing you to then set your Tapcons. We're spanning nearly 30 feet here. It'll be 9 cabinets wide, plus 2 closets. So the bottom ones are a little trickier to get to. The top ones are a lot easier. It's just hard to get it started. Then looking down the array, you can see how it doesn't look very good when you got yellow lighting. We've got a window here that's finally shining some light in. It's been raining out here today, but you'll see once we do the lighting in here, it's going to look like we have no roof on the building. It's going to look great. Wow, I'm trying to capture some candid footage here. You did the last one in like 30 seconds. Then just use 2 10 millimeter ratchets. We'll have all our fancy ratchets over here when I'm done with all this. Right now we're using makeshift tools, or a makeshift hodgepodge of a makeshift tool set. The ball bearing is broken on that on the quarter inch. Yeah. The back one feels weird because it has to pull all the way in.
Yeah, that too, but that burr is in the way.
Okay.
Nice.
So this is a 3/16 bit. And a 3/8. What is that thing called? A little driver. And a 5/16 by 2 1/4 inch long Tapcon. And you don't want to go so tight that you break the drywall. The Tapcon will give away before that anyway. Yeah, the stroke of the hammer is way longer than a hammer drill.
That one didn't bite.
Yeah. What happens with concrete? Sometimes it just doesn't work. And you can put a smaller one next to it. I don't know why sometimes it just doesn't grab. So you can see the little black channel right there. So that's where you put your drawer end to slide in place like that. And you kind of work it back and it'll lock in. And then if you look on the side here, you can see this little tab. So this one needs to go up, the other one needs to go down, and that's how you release it when you're going to take it out. So that cabinet is in. We got 2 more to do. Okay, we're going to put together our locker, and there's a locker that's going to go right here. I'm going to show you assembly on this. I don't know, we're going to set it in place and see if it looks better on the floor or mounted, but the idea here is that this will be like the kids' crap. And I'm going to try to keep it as clean and neat as possible. This will also force me to go find some other new solutions, organization solutions. And so the secret trick here to make it square, hopefully your wall is somewhat square, is to kick, these are the back panels, to kick the back and sides up against the wall, squares everything up. So we're going to bolt these together first. Now you're supposed to wait to tighten all this stuff, not these, but the sides. We don't do that because we're going to keep it square up against the wall. If your wall isn't square, I don't know what to tell you. So then, we need our screws. I remember my kids, when they were little, when I was building the wash bay, thought this was a rowboat. And they were in here. So the instructions tell you not to tighten this, but because we're going up against the wall, we should be okay. Okay. Oh, make sure that you don't push that way because you'll ruin it. Next side, yeah. Okay, we do the top first. First, we put the other screws in. We're in. Now there's the 3 on each side. Yeah, this is pretty simple to do. You get in kind of a rhythm once you figure out how it goes. We got 2 more to go. At least all the uppers are built now. And now, don't make the mistake of putting all the bottoms in. Okay. We have the bottom. Oh wait, no, we gotta put the other things in first. The sides. These things look good. Silver's way better.
I agree. Tommy doesn't.
I like the black better.
Well, the problem with the black is it gets all jacked up. You're like scratching it while you're putting it together, just like a black car. You're damaging the paint while you're wiping off the wax. Want to say hi to everybody on camera? Come on, let's show everybody how you're doing. Say how we doing, buddies? You see yourself? See, look, right there, right there, right there. Yeah, yeah. It's not my dog. I don't have a dog. This is Michelle's dog. I want Waba's job. This is the best job. This is a great job. You just sit and watch, you know? You don't ever want to get in the way. Yeah.
Hanging off. I'm like, oh, okay. And then all of a sudden, there's like drops of blood. Right.
Story of my life. I got that baby soft skin. So this is the...
So this lip you want underneath, right?
Correct. And then it needs 4 screws. Should we lift it up onto one of these guys? That way we can roll it around. It's a little chasey. So the question, it's only hanging on by a thread, so let me get this goofy thing out of here. Just push it back in the corner there and see what it looks like. Do the old stand-a-roo and...
We'll hold it here. You go look at it. Is that an outlet?
I think the floor is going to be the way to go. So I think cutting out the baseboard. So if I snip out the baseboard, push it up against the wall on the floor, I just think it's going to look weird floating.
It by itself?
Probably.
Yep. Okay, step 1 here. So we're going to template out our closet. So I'm going to set the exact dimension on the wall. That way we can make a template in order to cut out our stuff that needs to be cut out. Because we've got to make a hole. There's our cabinet. So it's going to cover most of that transition up. And so we'll be able to put a small sheet of 1/4-inch drywall on there. Kyle's going to make one of those little handy-dandy templates for that there. We'll get it all good. Okay, we're going to build the other cabinet here, and we'll come back and show you how we work this out. Check out my Swiss Tracks hack. This is how I'm doing the uppers here. Nice and easy. I'm going super tall. I'm going like 23 inches. Yep. All right, help me lift this one up so I don't kill myself. Thought I could man up, but...
Everything is in here.
Oh, it's a lot lighter with 2 people. Fingers. Okay.
heck? That one's like way off.
Well, you just lift it up and do the same thing where we do the through bolts first.
Yep.
Oh yeah, this is the tricky part. You can't. Needs to come up a little bit, I think. All right, that's how you do the upper. Looks great. Man, it's so good. Every cabinet I do, I like take a step back and look at it and gawk a little bit. Just imagine this place when we have some light. All right. Tired of drilling holes. Okay, so the directions don't make this clear. I think I've made this mistake quite a few times, but the lower whatever it's called, lower shelfy thing. Now, we actually don't want to put that on yet because we're going to have to take it off again, remember?
Oh, yeah.
To screw in.
You can go ahead and show it. So we made the mistake with this lip last time thinking that it was supposed to slide under in the back and then we screw into it, but it really is just supposed to go right on top. So we're going to slap it in there and it's going to be good to go.
Yeah, the directions don't tell you that. I don't remember if I think maybe all of mine have been wrong. I don't remember.
Just like that.
So the lips sat on top, like this. That's it.
Yeah. And then you screw it.
All right, what's your template telling us? Let's flip it, or let's put it on the dolly. We'll flip it around, and that way we'll move it over here so we can actually see it. All right, Chase, stop licking me. He's licking my blood leg. The key is to not make the mistake and put the template on the wrong side. We should insert that footage from back in the day. When I turned the cabinet around, right? And I was like, yeah, measure the wall, measure the cabinet, measure the wall. Let's see. Oh, shoot. Oh, I put it on the wrong freaking side. Idiot.
Hey, where are you seated? I put me down, okay?
Okay. Duct tape it. Freaking idiot. Oh my gosh. You can't laugh at yourself and dang, that one looks good. Although it's not looking like it's gonna fit. I hate you. Shoot! Give me my freaking goggles. What the? When am I going to start measuring? Hey, there we go. Got it. Freaking idiot. We sent Jeff out to get some sushi. We'll make sure we record us eating sushi. Should we do that again? I got to cut right on it or bigger?
You could cut bigger. This
Okay.
is exact for the axle boxes.
All right.
Whereas last time I did it,
Yeah, I want to try to keep that little. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make that happen though. With the, I kind of need the jigsaw. Cut twice, cut 4 times. Just cut the whole back out. Make my new job the cameraman.
we'll just do all this stuff.
Yeah. So I'm cutting the inside line.
Huh?
So we're cutting the inside line.
No, I mean, you can cut bigger.
The outside line. Here we go. Well, I gotta drill some pilots first.
Oh, that's right.
Otherwise, we'll have to go and make huge crossover cuts. Ah, it's hot. Whoa, that's hot. Ah, man, that's hot. Bro. 18 gauge cabinets, bro. Better not drink that Mountain Dew, whoever that was. You'll be drinking some, that Mountain Dew in a cup there, and be drinking some metal. You'll be having to get your intestines checked. Okay, now comes the real man stuff. I want to take this. This one's terrible, this thing. There we go.
It looks great over here.
That's some real man stuff right there, bro. We're doing the same paint can method over here that we used on the rest of it. I'll do the baseboard after the fact. You got metal all down my shirt. We need paint cans, and then we need double wood chip thingy, cardboard thingers.
Well, on this side, do we need it as much? Because
Yeah, it's still sloped.
that's right. So.
The old paint can method gets you the perfect height. Why isn't it going back?
The other one.
Oh, it's the cables.
Let's take it back off. We gotta start over. We forgot about riding our cables through.
I'm just like shoving it up against.
And give me that. Leave it right there. Let's go eat. We'll be back. For you, it'll be in 10 seconds. Okay, so our holes are a little wonky, but they're close. I'm pretty sure that he measured on the wrong side, but he got a little turned around. We got this dead nuts flush. This is good. Okay, so we're a couple of weeks of me piddling around. I mean, this is my dream, to be able to just come out here in my garage at my house and just play with crap. And so the cabinets are all in. This is the first time that I've ever floated the lockers, and that turned out okay. The other side pulled a little bit crooked because of the doorway. So we had taken the doorway out, or the door out to the exterior, which I'm in trouble with the county for. But anyway, we took the door out, so it sucked in a little bit. But it was pretty routine. I found myself, you saw in the video, sometimes I'd have issue with the tap cons. Sometimes they grab, sometimes they wouldn't. Just know that if you're going to install cabinets, you're going to use tap cons that are where the concrete's an inch behind the drywall and furring strip, that it's a bit of a struggle. You got to just trial and error it, just fight it quite a bit. So each cabin, each upper has 6 to 8 tap cons. Each bottom has 8 tap cons in it. I would say these have, let's see, 6, 12, about 18 tap cons. I'd say go overkill on it. Kyle, it's always good to have a neurotic leveling specialist. So Kyle and Tommy came out and leveled all my doors and everything. And so the cabinets are all square, nice, neat, clean. You'll see up here, Perry had set us up with, I did a pretty decent job measuring our outlet location. So the outlets are in the right spot. So each cabinet has a quad. We'll be doing a video on this. Oh yeah, Perry, I got these.
Beautiful.
So we'll be doing a video on this stuff too, on under cabinet lighting and under cabinet power as well. So these will be going in place. And then I've spent quite a bit of time at least getting my tools here. But we'll have a whole video series on tool grid and how to organize a couple thousand tools. Probably more, 3,000 tools, something like that, is what's going to go in this array. So I also got that's going to be my microfiber towel cabinet set in place. It's the first time I've ever done one of the 30s. I think I'm going to end up mounting that on the wall, but the kids cabinet, if you will, or the family cabinet, we'll call it, where we move the water heater to put in place, that locker is on the ground, mounted on the ground. I didn't want to break the wall open and reinforce it, because I just don't think putting a giant 400-pound cabinet with who knows how many hundreds of pounds of stuff in it on metal studs, I just don't think that's going to work very well. But you can see the structure of putting a 65-inch monster in here. I mean, we could have put 3 more upper cabinets, but I'm sorry, 75-inch monster Sony display. But stuff coming, under cabinet lighting, under cabinet power, tool grid organization, full Milwaukee OG Master Collection, and then we'll be showing you a video on setting up the network, which we pre-wired to the one cabinet. Probably have a video on how to ventilate that cabinet, and lots more stuff coming for this garage. So Saber cabinets, beautiful. I'd forgotten how much I like these. In many ways, I like these more than the Sonic stuff. I love the floating mount to the wall design. It requires quite a bit more work. But, oh, countertops as well. I've decided I'm doing a charcoal type countertop, be doing backsplash. But yeah, Saber cabinets turned out great. That's what a 30 and a half foot wall looks like in a 3-car garage. And if you go to obsessedgarage.com, you can go add it up. Maybe we'll put in the description. I don't know what this cost. I just got the bill. Chris pays it, and I hope that I have enough money to pay it. So I want to say somewhere around $8,000 maybe for this giant array, which is a lot bigger than what most people do. So anyway, thanks for watching. And in the future here, our videos in the garage are going to look a lot better when we get some decent lighting here. So anyway, we'll catch you on the next one. And Saber cabinets, we really appreciate it if you buy from us. obsessedgarage.com. It really is helpful if you honor the source of the information. They come in blue, silver, black, and red. I would highly recommend the silver. Black does look nice, but it's like a black car. Looks dirty when it's clean. But yeah, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more garage stuff. See you soon.